if you're looking at Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy, they were almost fired last year. Like, they got to win soon. So are they going to force him on the field soon to try to save their job? Because if they are, then that's going to be bad for them and bad for Justin Fields. Justin is a talented quarterback. Justin can do everything that from an accuracy standpoint. As Mac Jones, he completed 70% of his passes, but he also brings the 4.4 speed. But he's not ready to play. It's going to take time. So in a private moment, are Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace going to say, are we going to do right by the kid and let him sit back and relax and get ready to play, or are we going to force him on the field and try to save our job? Because they have to win games this year. If they go 5-11, they are gone, and the next coach will reap the benefits of Justin Fields. So it's going to be all about the organization. Hopefully they're in lockstep with what they do with this kid, because he needs time to develop.
Okay, so he needs time to develop, but they need to win right now, right? So it feels like those are two polar opposite things. Do you think, Danny O, that Justin Fields has the ability to play Captain Save a front office?
Yes, absolutely. Justin Fields should take the first snap of the season. I hope Matt Nagy's watching, okay? Because Matt Nagy, it's on you now, all right? You have to do for Justin Fields what you couldn't, wouldn't, or didn't for Mitchell Trubisky. Number one, figure out what Justin Fields does really well. There's a lot of his game that he does really well as a thrower. And then there's a lot of his game that he does really well athletically. But you didn't use that for Mitchell Trubisky, and it made him a lesser player. Don't do that to Justin Fields. Don't ask Justin Fields to become, as a player, something that he isn't. Then figure out his weaknesses. Another thing that you didn't do with Mitchell Trubisky. Figure out what Justin's weaknesses are. A little bit deliberate with the football. Mechanically, he needs work. And attack it. Because you failed Mitchell Trubisky in that. For this to work in Chicago, for Justin Fields to become the player that he should become, and for Mitchell Trubisky or Matt Nagy to save his and Ryan Pace's job, it's on Matt Nagy. You got to sit there, look at yourself in the mirror, and go, I have to learn from what I failed to do with Mitchell Trubisky and make sure that I help Justin Fields, because you didn't do that in the past.
Boog?
You know, Dan, I hear everything you're saying, Danny, but if they put him out there snap one, then they are committing malpractice for that young man, because you know and I know he's not ready. Right now, they can use his athleticism, but it's about winning games, man. It's about, at some point, you got to put the RPOs to the side, and you're going to have to drop back in 2 minutes, third down, and red zone and make plays in this league, and he's not ready to do that. So if they put him out there snap one, it'll be great. It'll be a learning experience, but let's not forget, one of the greatest players of all time, Peyton Manning, threw 28 interceptions his rookie year. Like, this kid is going to struggle, and if they put him out there from day one, then they're basically saying, you know what, we're getting him ready for the next coach to come in here, and we're gone. And if that's what they want to do, then go ahead and do it.
Fox, get in here.
This team is different, and this league is different, and these players are different. So Peyton Manning didn't have anything other than his arms. I think Justin Fields' floor in his first year might be a little higher than 20-some-odd interceptions. But I still think you're right. I don't think that he is set up to succeed, not because of him, but because of that organization. If I could send a message to Justin Fields, I would be right along with L. Duncan. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved, because they are putting him in a bad situation right now. And I think, Booger, I love where you're coming from. I wish that they would be able to take their time, but you are expecting some sort of superhuman level of benevolence from them. They need to get him repping with the ones as soon as possible, or they are getting fired. They don't have time to pretend that Andy Dalton is the guy, because, Boog, you might be right. Maybe that Justin Fields doesn't come in and dominate right away, but you're forgetting what the alternative is. And I'm sorry that RC is no longer with us, because he would let you know that the alternative is turkey bacon, and turkey bacon ain't what nobody wants.
I love turkey bacon.
Me too.
Here's my thing. Yeah, I love turkey bacon and turkey salad. Here's my thing. The best chance for the Bears to win the most games this year with the way their football team is Justin Fields on the field. It's not going to be with Andy Dalton, because the weakness of this football team is their offensive line. And the thing that an athletic, mobile quarterback that can get away from pressure will help is a bad offensive line. And also, Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace aren't going to save their jobs with Justin Fields on the bench.
How did that athletic mobile quarterback work with Mitch Trubisky? Like we've seen the athletic mobile quarterback with Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace in this offense. It still didn't work.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.